Good evening, everyone. Welcome to a super spectacular live session that is currently being hosted by me, Murtaza, BTH Properties. We've got a business coach all the way from the US, world renowned business coach, entrepreneur, and we are going to be going live with him shortly in the next minute or so. I'll actually send him the live. There we go. Here. Super. So view.
Hey, what's up, brother? How you doing?
How are you doing?
Good, good. Excited to be here, man.
Why are my AirPods not on? I don't know.
Not
Anyways,
on? Can
they're
you hear
not
me?
on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, perfect, man. Don't worry.
How's life?
Everything's good, man. Just kids are homeschooled right now, so they're upstairs on Zoom on all their computers, so they're good. Got the house quiet right now. Wanted to make sure we have a good live event today.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So, I appreciate you taking your precious time out and jumping on a live session with me, Murtaza. I'm no one, but it's good to have you here. There are a lot of people in the world right now that are going through a lot of negativity with all this lockdown, with all this COVID, people dying, all that kind of stuff that's happening around the world. I'm the whole point of me doing these live sessions is that I can speak to people all around the world and bring a community closer where I speak to property developers because I'm from a property background. So
Okay.
I'm a real estate agent up in London. So I was speaking to property developers, mortgage brokers, property investors. I had a magician the other day on my live. I had
That's awesome.
a live, so I had a few business coaches, life coaches on my live session as well. It's all
Okay.
about me going out, spreading the knowledge, and also bringing in the positivity into people's world who are stuck at home, who can't get out, who don't have anyone to talk to, or their mindset is so negative right now that you tell them to get out, step out of the house, and it'll be no, 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 no. I might be affected with COVID and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah, yeah.
negativity that is going on, fear, all that kind of stuff. So that is why I wanted to bring you out. You are well renowned all around the world, business coach, entrepreneur skills, all that kind of stuff. So I wanted to share what you do, how you do it, how long have you been doing it, and how do you keep yourself positive? Because it's all about you provide positivity to people, right?
Yeah,
As
man.
you give out that positivity, but how do you keep positive? I want to know all about that. So before we start,
Thanks.
please introduce yourself as to who you are, what you do, and then we can get the conversation going.
All right, my name is Calvin Becerra. I'm 39 years old. I live in Southern California. Oddly enough, Corona, California, to be exact, right? Right between Los Angeles and San Diego. Now I want our city to change the name of Corona, California. But I do live here. I'm a network marketing professional. I'm a world-class speaker. I'm a business coach. Prior to getting involved in what I do now over the last 13 years, I was a real estate and mortgage broker. So that's the
Wow.
background.
So we can
That's the
talk about
background I actually come from. So I do speak that language. I know today's world of real estate and mortgage is a lot different than it was
yeah,
prior to the 2007 crisis.
yeah.
But I think I was made through that crisis. That's how I got involved in what I do now, because that crisis opened up a huge window of opportunity for me to get involved in this. And now we have another crisis right now, and this crisis is going to build a whole new generation of entrepreneurs.
Another jump into something else during this
Yeah.
crisis.
Yeah, yeah. So, well, the cool thing about what you're doing right now is you're giving people content. You're helping a lot of people right now. Most people, like you said, are hiding in the shadows of the quarantine in their home, and
Yep.
people are simply just going through it. instead of growing through it. And you're
Yeah.
helping people grow through the crisis instead of go through the crisis. So that's
You
cool.
know, I mean,
But
I've never had that sort of a large audience to speak to. So I thought, why not bring on people that do this for a living, go out there and speak to people? Why don't bring them onto a live session out here so that they can speak to my audience, or there are followers on here that may want that piece of advice from yourself, you know, just to get that positivity in them. So you mentioned you're a network marketer, you're a business coach, you're an entrepreneur, you've been into property, you've done mortgage broker,
yeah,
all that kind of stuff. So there's, I mean, 39 is a young age to be achieving all those things. How did you do that?
man, I give it, I give credit to work ethic. You know, when I was 8 years old, I grew up with just my mom. She's a single mom. My twin brother, Brandon, my little sister, Amber, she's 4 years younger than me. We grew up very, very poor in the projects. We were on government assistance, welfare, food stamps, you name it. Like we were really poor. You know, I remember living in cars, in motels, in the project communities, in
Wow.
apartments. Like every year we had to move. Every year we had to change schools, you know, and that's all I knew.
House every year, different friends every
Yeah. And when my mom was always just struggling, you know, to keep the lights on or to keep the water hot, you know, and my brother and I noticed that at an early age. So at 8 years old, we just started going out, creating our own business, knocking on doors, washing cars, doing yard work, doing errands for people, like to earn money to bring back home to our mom, to help her pay a utility bill, to pay the electricity, to do something. And we always carried that work ethic in our early ages. You know, at Christmas time, we'd go climb the dead oak trees in the town where we lived, and we'd cut off all of the mistletoe, is what they call it in the United States, you know, and we cut that off, and we cut them into little pieces, tie red bows around them, and we'd sell them at the supermarket. Yeah, and that's at Christmas time. People would kiss under the mistletoe, but we'd sell that for 25 cents, for a quarter, for 2 quarters, 50 cents. And that's how we'd buy Christmas presents for our family. You know, we'd help my mom, give her money to do that. And then, man, when we became 15,
all
16,
that negativity in your life, and you changed it around within what, the space of 20 years?
yeah. And we paid our own way to go to a private high school because we wanted to be the first ones in our family to go to college. We worked 3 jobs a day at 15 years old, all the way to 18. We were janitors in the morning. We'd go to school. We'd go to our sports practice. And then after that, we'd go work at a gas station, a petrol station. And then at 8 o'clock at night, we'd go to a restaurant where we helped seat people at the seats. And then we'd run back to the train station to catch the last train to the last bus home. And then we'd do it all over again the next day.
Wow. And how 3 years
Working.
just doing
Dude, it's practice. We developed a work ethic at an early age. So when we went to college, we worked through college to have money to help my mom be able to keep paying her bills and to help support my brother and I. And then when we graduated college, I mean, right when I went into my career, which was real estate and mortgage banking, I knew I had a work ethic. I had no idea how to do the business, but I knew I could learn from successful people. And I just listened, I watched, I observed, and I took action.
Right now, the energy that you have, you know, I mean, I can just imagine the energy that you must have had when you were young and you were going out there and you were getting things done and you were helping your mother to make ends meet at the house. I mean, the energy that I'm getting from you right now, I myself, I'm feeling positive. I'm feeling
thanks, man. Hey, man, emotion creates motion. So
Absolutely.
Imagine the emotions I got when I saw the value of hard work, how it can provide for a family, give me money. Like that created more motion for me, and my work ethic grew. So when I got involved in real estate, I observed, I listened, I learned, but I'm different than most people. Successful people take action. Most people, they stay students forever. I took action, and I learned more from my failures than I did any of my successes. My failures taught me the road to success. That taught me how to become a millionaire in real estate and in mortgage banking. And in 2007, the market crashed, and literally I lost everything, you know? And I was working 10 times as hard to make.
Were you married? Kids at that point, or no, you were single?
No. I wasn't married at all. I was married after I got involved in this business. I met my wife in network marketing, you know?
Okay.
And I wanted a business that wasn't dictated by the economy. You know, I didn't want the economy to crash and me to lose my business again. So I wanted to build a type of business that was
going the way.
Yeah, but it was dictated by multiple economies, not just the U.S. economy. I wanted to build a business that could span around the world. That's how I found network marketing. You know, I was skeptical. You know, I've heard about those meetings, and I've been to meetings before, but I hadn't gone to a meeting with the right guy yet, the right person. You know, when you start a business with the right people that you feel good about, that have energy like you talked about, that people want to follow, you know you can build something big. And that's what I found in 2007. And it was the right timing because people were looking for something. They wanted to start a business. Just like right now, people are looking for something. They looking for an opportunity. They wanted a plan B.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just talking about your real estate
Yeah.
mortgage, how was it back then in the US? Sorry.
Man, it was booming, man. Like I'm just telling you, the properties were like rising in value. Like every month, it was catching
And
another.
you
You
bring
know,
it
especially in California.
in New York or something like that.
I'm not sure about New York. I'm sure New York's prices skyrocketed too, but in California, it was huge. I remember I had purchased a home, a single-story home for 1.6 million, and when the market crashed, right, I short sold it for 500,000.
Whoa.
Like that's how much the prices appreciated like crazy, you know?
That
It's
must have
crazy. Like,
hurt you.
yeah. Hey, dude, but I'm just telling you, we were making money like crazy. Like I remember I would go take a new client I would go to new construction. I didn't want to go to an old home that for sale. New construction was paying me 10%. So I'd go sell a $700,000 home and I make 70 grand. And that same builder would give me $50,000 to do the loan. So I'd make $120,000. And then right away after the person closed, they'd allow us to refinance it with a new appraised value because the price had already gone up and make more. So I'm just telling you, it was like printing money back then. You know, now it's a completely different.
You're still printing money.
Yeah, I know. I'm printing money in a new way. You know, now I'm actually helping people instead of putting people in a bad situation, which I didn't expect. Now I'm actually helping people start their businesses, start their own businesses. But I'm getting paid a passive income because when people start a business that works, it continues to thrive. I continue to get paid from it, you know, and then I coach them and mentor them and keep them motivated and just keep them growing throughout the world. So today I have a business that I've built with over 2 million people in over 130 countries, and it pays me passive income. Yeah. So I've already cooked it. It's already done. The cake is baked. 7 years later, I created a business that pays me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And then over the past 6 years, I've been speaking on stages around the world, been coaching and consulting for other companies, helping them grow. And then I continue to help my teams grow as well. And I continue to put new people in my business. But I mean, like, it's just amazing to be an entrepreneur building a passive income.
When do you sleep?
Dude, money doesn't sleep. I'll tell you that right now, right?
We all know that money doesn't sleep.
Hey, no, I do sleep, of course. Like, I probably go to sleep at midnight, wake up at like 6 in the morning. I get 5 to 6 hours of sleep, but literally I don't really have a clock. Like I'm not on the US time zone. I'm on like this world time zone. I fill up my calendar literally with appointments, with meetings, with Zoom calls. You know, like my calendar is always full. As long as I'm serving people, I know I'm growing. As long as I'm serving people, I'm growing. You know, I do my business. I serve people like you doing this call today. I build my business, and also I spend time every day in personal development.
Say over here that when I messaged Calvin to do a live stream with him, and I got a message saying, "What about?" I was like, "Okay, now what should I tell him out here? How do I persuade him to come on my live show? You know, this guy is a world-renowned entrepreneur, business coach, everything, and how is he gonna come on to a small guy, real estate?" You know, I was like, "Okay, listen, I need to give him something real good." So I said to him, I was like, "Calvin, it's just about spreading knowledge."
Yeah.
Spreading knowledge. And that's what sort of you said yes to. And I really, really appreciate for you taking your time out and coming on here and spreading that knowledge to people from my world, from the US, from around the world who are looking for an opportunity. So right now you're talking about passive income, right? And you do that by network marketing.
Yeah.
What sort of network marketing? And let's say if I wanted to jump on it today, how can I get into it with yourself?
Yeah, so simply there are thousands and thousands of network marketing companies all around the world. You know, when you find that you want to do a business like network marketing because you want to build a passive income, you have to find a business model that works, like a product or a service that makes sense to you, that you believe in, right? It's either product-based or service-based. I'm in the product-based network marketing business. We have what's called the youth enhancement system. We have products that help people look younger and feel younger. So that's why I love that business, you know. But it's for people who want to build a business and create a passive income. And my income is built because what? Because people enjoy using the products. And when people run out of their product, they buy more. And they run out and they buy more.
Do you use
So I
the
get passive
do
income.
you use those products?
Of course I do every single day.
That is why you
I
don't
use
look
products for my skin.
39.
What? Yeah, yeah, exactly, man.
You don't
Like,
look 39. You look
yeah,
30.
yeah, I know. I'm actually 79, but I mean, I use my products. Dude, but I mean, it's fun, man. Like, network marketing is just an incredible. Everyone's a skeptic, you know. I've had friends who did that, didn't work, you know. I lost money on. Someone told me last night, oh, I tried this one company, I lost money. I'm like, how could you lose money? Did you use the product? You didn't lose anything yet. You didn't use anything yet. Like, the only way you lose is if you quit. The only way you don't make money is if you don't try. Like, you don't just start real estate and overnight and close your first deal. Like, come on, man. It took me a year to learn the business, and then I started executing and earning an income, you know. And you got to get out and try. But there are a few questions you asked me, brother, when you messaged me. You know, you talked about, like, what does a professional do? If they were to start a business, what does a professional do?
What does he
And,
do?
or, yeah, and in order to become successful. What does someone do in order to become successful as an entrepreneur? Not just network marketing, but any business. You have to decide to go pro. That's what I always say. Decide to be a professional. And being a professional takes hours of work. It's not an overnight success. What people think that of me as being an overnight success, it's actually success that happened over many, 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 many nights.
Create over here. You said hours. Someone might just 24 hours.
Hours. I talk about hours. You have to put in your 10,000 hours. There's a book. There's a book by Malcolm Gladwell. It's called Outliers. It's an incredible book with some really cool stories in it. But one of his stories in one of the chapters, it's called 10,000 Hours. And in that book, Malcolm Gladwell outlines the life and results of a professional. It doesn't matter what type of business, a professional. If you expect to receive any types of results in terms of lifestyle, income, recognition, then you better have put in 10,000 hours into whatever you do. It's not until the 10,000th hour that you should expect to have the results as someone you're looking up to in your business.
Back to 2008 and calculate how many hours I've put in so far.
Yeah, well, he talks about it. If you were to work your business 4 hours a day, right, 7 days a week, it would take you 7 years to complete your 10,000 hours. Now you have to ask yourself, is that worth it? You know, to me, of course, 7 hours is worth it. I mean, 7 years is worth it. It would take you 7 years, but
that's 4 hours. 4 hours.
4 hours a day. Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. Like, and it really did work. I didn't calculate my hours, but I did work my business every day. And by the 7th year, I looked at my business because I told myself, look at it 7 years from now. And I had a business that paid me without doing anything, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I can look down at my commissions every 5 minutes and roll the commission report, and it will continue to increase and increase and increase and increase. Like every day, I know that thousands of dollars are gonna be paid in my commissions every day, just from this one business. My other business, I get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars also as well. But I created a business that pays me passively millions. That's crazy, man. So I'm just saying that 10,000 hours. But as a professional, there are 3 things you have to do to really treat your business like a business, you know. And until you've done these things, you really just have a hobby, you know. And if you're treating your business like a hobby, hobbies cost you money. Okay, businesses make you money. So there's 3 things you have to do. You have to decide, commit, and resolve. Have resolve, all right? So the first step is just make a decision, all right, on where you want your particular business to take you. What you want your life to look like as a result of treating your business like a business. Like, what do you want your income to be? What do you want your life to look like? What kind of home do you want to live in? What kind of car do you want to be driving? You know, envision your life as it will be, not as it is today. Like, dream big dreams, set big goals, not based on the person you are today, because you're going to become the person that gets those things. Absolutely. But have a big goal. Make a decision on what you want this business to really do for you. And as soon as you make a decision, immediately go to work on becoming the person that deserves those things. Like, develop the skill sets, read the book, get the mentorships, put in the hours, do those things, make a decision. The second thing you want to do,
Calvin Becerra, if you want some motivation.
Right, exactly, right.
Getting
Follow me, man. Calvin Becerra
right now, man. I'm getting tons of motivation right now.
And the second, real quick, the second thing you want to do is make a commitment, okay? Commit to doing this business for the long term. Like, whether things are hard or easy, you continue to do it. Okay, you're committed for the long term. This takes it from this moment and carries it into the future, right? Whether you're getting the results you want or not, because you're committed for the long term. And once you make the commitment, then you can have the resolve. The resolve means it's done, right? Whether you started yet or not, it is done. It's inside me, and that means it's done inside me, and that means it's done outside of me. Like, it's already done. It's already in the future. It's already completed. All I need to do now is one thing: take massive action. Take massive action every single day in your business. And most people, when I talk about massive action, they think of this earth-shattering, earth-shaking like action. No, I'm talking about in business, treat your business like you would your job.
Yep.
Like most people, they treat their business worse than they would their own job. They have no sacrifice for their own business because they have no boss, no accountability, no one telling them what to do. So really, they work their business when they feel like it. They work their business when someone asks them about it. They don't treat it like their job. I'm not telling you.
But they don't go out and they put their time in there. Like,
yeah, dude.
10,000 hours, man. You got to put those 10,000 hours in so that you can achieve what you want. Sorry.
Like what about?
Are you there?
What about like
Calvin?
at your job? Like, what about at your job? Like, could you decide not to go to work tomorrow? No, you'd be fired. Okay. Do you get to decide how many hours you put into your job every day? No, you have a certain amount of time. Like, treat your business like you would a job. Yes, you're going to go to work tomorrow. Yes, you're going to go to work the next day. Yes, you're going to work at 8 hours a day if you want to, you know, Monday through Friday. Like, if you owned a business, you can't decide to be open only on Saturdays and Sundays. That's not a business. Treat your business like you would a job. At your job, there are quotas you have to meet. There are expectations you have to make in order to keep your job, in order to get paid. And nobody wants to get fired. So all I'm saying is, if your business were a job, okay, and you had a boss, what would they require from you in your business? If you're in real estate, okay, you're an independent contractor. You get to close the sales you want. You get to find the prospects you want, get the clients you want. You have no boss. You're independent, okay?
Absolutely.
But imagine your business were a job. What would your boss expect out of you?
10 deals.
You should write down everything you think a boss would expect out of you. Okay, I need to make 20 phone calls a day. I need to go, you know, canvass the neighborhoods and put my cards out there. I need to farm the neighborhoods. I need to every month at least have 4 clients in the pipeline. That's only 1 a week, okay? And I need to close at least 2 deals a month. I would just say that's real estate. I'm being easy. I'm being simple for you, okay? But I'm just saying, okay? Whatever you write down that you think.
Fine, you know, that's my business. So I do, but I want to get to a point where I do like 10, 15 deals a month.
Dude, for sure. But I'm just keeping it simple for business people because in business, people do nothing. They don't have a standard. That's the problem. They don't have standards for themselves. They don't sit down and write down, if my business were a job, what would be required of me? You should sit down and write down what would be required of you if your business were a job. What would a boss expect from you? Write down those things and guess what? Do that. Do that every single day. Do that every single month. That should become your standard. That's how you have success. You see, when you have a target, you have something to aim for. And at least if you take a shot, you're going to hit somewhere on that target. You're not going to hit 0. When you have no standards, when you have no targets, when you have no standards, you have no targets, you're going to get it 100% of the time, which is 0. Okay? So have standards for yourself. You know, I have standards in my business, and I'm sure you have standards in your business, but I never have no standards. My standards help me set a plan, put a plan in place. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So I always have a plan based on my standards, and that's how I become successful. I don't even treat my business better than I would a job. I treat my business the same as I would my job. That's all I do. That's how I've been so successful. That's how I've made millions in my career. I don't ever treat it less than that. A business can make you more money than a job, but still treat it the same.
Still, absolutely. I mean, that is some amazing advice. I mean, personally, I never looked at a business as my job. I looked at a business as a baby. Yeah. You know, you have to nurture your baby. You have to look after your baby. You have to make it, you know, when a baby comes out, all it can do is just look up. Yeah. You know? But then it turns on its belly, starts crawling, starts running, starts jogging. And then one day it turns into a fine boy, girl, and you can, you know.
Exactly.
You can look at them and you'll be like, I raised you. You know, I made, you know, kind of thing. And that's how I look at my business, because I feel content when I call it my baby. You know, it drives me. Like when something goes wrong with it, I'm the worst person to, you know, to sort of be there at that point, because I want it to be perfect. Obviously, no one can be perfect, but you gotta make yourself that perfect.
And you're talking about a baby real quick, okay? So that means that you look at it as a baby, which means you want to be the best parent you could be for your baby. You know, there are a lot of bad parents out there. I'm just saying, in business, you know, they aren't looking after their baby. They're neglecting their baby. They're feeding their baby once a week instead of 3 or 4 times. A baby needs to eat every 3 hours.
Absolutely.
Okay? Every 3 hours, the baby needs to eat. Every 3 hours. And people are feeding it once a week, and they wonder why their baby died. Oh, this baby isn't working. No, you're not working. You didn't feed your baby. So good analogy there, brother, because that's the truth, right? You got to feed it, and you should be working your business all the time.
You can use this example in your next coaching.
Yeah, I just stole it from you. I'm going to copyright it. I'm going to own it. Exactly, bro.
So how are you currently? I mean, you mentioned that you've got passive income coming in during the lockdown and everything like that.
Oh yeah, we've had our biggest months.
There are people out there that have gone to possibly zero, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you had to put yourself into their situation where they've been told by their company, okay, you're redundant or you're furloughed or all that kind of stuff, how would you adopt yourself to the current situation to be like, no, I got to do this. I can't sit at home. I need to make good use of this time. So how would you adopt to that?
I love it. I love it. Well, I would be paying attention to the people who are thriving right now. You know, literally at any given moment, there are 1.7 to 1.9 million people checked into Facebook on their computers. There are 1.3, so there's 1.7 to 1.9 billion. There are 1.3 billion checked in on Facebook on their smartphones. All day long, they're in front of their phones, okay, whether they're at work or they're at home. Today, it's 4 times as many, which means that you have 4 times the exposure. People are on their phones all day because we're stuck in our homes. They're got sent home from work or they're furloughed. So now is your time. If it were me, I'd be paying attention more than I ever was to people who are thriving. Not the people who are complaining, not the people who are crying, not the people who are negative. Who are the positive people? What are they doing? Are there people making money right now? And most of the people are people who have home-based businesses. All right, that's the truth. That's my business. That's why I'm having my biggest months. March, I thought was going to be my biggest until April came. And I've had the biggest months in my career in 13 years. So people know that after the quarantine's over, it's not over. Sorry, but there are businesses that will never come back from this.
Yep.
Okay? And there are people who won't have jobs, even if their businesses are still here. So now they're smart. I need to get smart before the quarantine is over. I need to at least start to figure out a plan B. How could I build a business from home? How could you teach me how to do what you do? How are you guys building your business online? What are the things I need to be doing? What books can I read? Where can I get more information? That's what I would be doing. I would be looking for people who have home-based businesses with products I can get behind and get passionate about, or even services that I believe in that I think I can build a big business with this service. You know, that's what I would be doing, because that's what many people are doing. If you go to google.trends.com, you can look up the search history of anything that people Google. From home, home-based business. How do I start a home-based business? The Google searches are 100 times greater than before the quarantine. So people are already looking. The smart people are looking right now. How can I build an additional income stream? I mean, before the quarantine, people are focused on their business. They don't have time to look at anything else. But right now, at least they could start a second income stream. And by the time this quarantine's over, or the bulk of what's going to happen is over, now they have 2 businesses they can run now. Now they have multiple streams of income. Right? So that's what I would be doing. I would be looking for a business I can run from my home, a business I can build from my phone, from my computer, even when this is over. Like you have a head start right now, a huge window of opportunity.
Yep. And one more question before we go.
Okay.
What's the advice that you would give to the younger generation today that we have? And obviously they're not feeling anything about the lockdown or anything like that. So what would you advise them to go out and start a business, or start a living, start a career, start a professional life, you know, work 3 times a day? What's your advice to them?
Well, I know for a fact that kids in today's age, because I have 4 of them, okay, that they don't ever see themselves getting a job. They're already focused at starting at 8 years old, okay, just like me, on figuring out how to use technology to their advantage, how to become influencers. They want to make money from their phones, whether they're going to develop their own merch, right, T-shirts and hoodies and all those things, develop their own YouTube channel to generate a following, to be able to monetize that. Like, figure out how to build a business on your phone, how to build a business online. I'm not going to say everyone do a home-based business, a network marketing company like me, but find a way to make money from your phone. That's the thing. And when you start making money, find a way to invest money into what you believe in. If it's stocks, great. If you love Facebook, Snapchat, whatever it is, whatever you believe in and what you know, invest in that. If it's cryptocurrency because you think that's the money of the future, invest in that. Whatever you think it is, Don't spend your money. Invest and reinvest into your business. But whatever you get at an early age, you know, invest it, because 10 years from now, it's always going to double, you know, or even do more than that. But invest it the right way.
Shares, crypto. You spoke about cryptocurrency. Are you into crypto?
I have a big investment in crypto. I have a big investment in stocks. I have a lot of money in my savings account, checking account. I invest in real estate. That's just, I'm diversified, right? Any of those things can crash at any time, but as long as you're well diversified, other stuff will go up and make up for it, right? You know, there are people who invest
baskets, not in one basket, so that
many baskets. And I'm in for the long run. I'm not in to flip it real quick, make a quick buck. I'm not a day trader or nothing. I'm in for long-term investment because the reality is that everything makes money over time. That's the thing, you know. Everything makes money over time, and there's some incredible technology right now that I'm investing in the future. You know, I'm investing in the future. When I see what my kids are using, what they're plugged in the most, I'm investing in that, because they're the ones who are going to be spending the money 10 years from now on advertising. 10 years from now, they're going to be investing in that. I'm investing in that type of stuff, you know. And also I'm looking at the masters, the billionaires of the world. What are they investing in? Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, those types of guys.
So he shares in the airlines the other day.
What's up?
Warren Buffett sold his shares in the airlines.
Yeah, I was in there. As soon as he sold, I sold mine. Of course, you follow that stuff, you know. Yeah, I know that. And then, you know, oil is like down to like nothing right now, you know, but Warren Buffett's invested in a company called Oxy, OXY. I invested a ton in that, you know, because I know that industry will come back. And if he's invested in that, he's in. If he ever exits, I'm exiting too, you know, but I'm always moving my money. But I'm just saying, keep it invested. You know, I think the best way you can invest your money, read the book, Money Master the Game by Tony Robbins. He always says, don't invest in singular stocks, invest in indexes. You know, that you put your money across the entire stock market, the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, or whatever the stock markets are in your country, and invest in across multiple companies, because over time, they're always going to go up. You know, over time, they're always going to go up. And, you know, get a good financial advisor that can teach you where to put your money, life insurance, you know, whole life and all those things. Yeah. But have many baskets filled up. But if you're a kid, or even, I don't care who you are, when you go into business, it doesn't matter. God has given us the abilities to succeed no matter what. We have a mouth to speak, eyes to see, you know, we have a brain to think, you know. All we have to do is take action, okay? It doesn't matter whether you're an introvert, whether you're shy, whether you've been successful, whether you have an education or not, it doesn't matter. As soon as you start a business, whether you're young or old, decide to be someone else, you know? Change who you are, like become someone else. Just like a Hollywood actor gets into character when they get into a movie. The Joker, Joaquin Phoenix, won an Oscar award. He stayed in character for the entire year, even when he went home. Kobe Bryant, my favorite motivator of all time. Off the court, he was a loving husband, a loving father. He loved writing children's books. He loved hanging out with his NBA friends and vacationing. But as soon as he went into his business, when he stepped on that basketball court, everybody was his enemy, all the other teammates, you know. His family was on the court. He was about one thing, becoming a world champion and becoming the best in the NBA. In this business, you have to decide to become someone else. You have to make sure that your dreams and goals are bigger than all of your fears and insecurities. You're a business owner now. Take credit for that. Take advantage of that, and let people see you as who you are. Don't see yourself as the person before you started. See yourself as the person you're going to be. Become someone else. That will make the difference, because when you keep telling yourself the story about who you're going to be, who you're working on becoming, it reinforces it in your brain, and you start believing that, and that helps you take massive action.
Absolutely. What's the number one crypto you've invested in?
Bitcoin, BTC, man. Ethereum's great too. I remember I invested in Ethereum at $9 and it went up to $1,200. You know, and I made a ton of money off that. You know, I invested in Bitcoin at $900, but I've also bought Bitcoin at $6,000, $7,000. I just recently sold a bunch of Bitcoin, and I'm holding it for a long term. But I mean, that's just another great investment, along with all my other retirement stuff.
When I got into Bitcoin, like 2017, just before the hype, I think it was September.
Yeah.
And I got in at 3.2. And it went to 20K. And then I got into Ripple at like 0.17. And that went to like 380, 3.80. I was like, what? And then 2018 happened, and it was just down the drain. But, you know, like.
Oh, bro, don't even worry, man. Watch what happens in 2022. Exactly. Like, it's long. I bought a bunch of Bitcoin and sold it at 3,000, like 200 of them, I think, last year. And look at, what is it today? 9,000 already right now. So I'm just saying, but I reinvested back. I've sold some. I'll reinvest back over time. Like, I'm not looking at so much of it doubling or tripling. I just want returns. If I can make a 20% return or 30% return, now I have common sense. Yep. I'm not getting greedy. I have common sense. I'm going to sell it. I just made a 30% return, whatever it is. Sometimes in crypto, you have 30% days of return. flip it, let it fall back, and buy again. If it goes back up and you see it going up, then reinvest again. It's just investing. That's all.
Absolutely. Um, all this, all this that you've, you know, the positive, and seriously, I'm telling you, I feel so positive right now, so motivated right now with all the talk that you've given and shared, all this knowledge, you know, all this energy that you've
Thank
given
you.
all the viewers and myself today. You know, like the three things that you said: decide, action,
Yeah,
and
decide, commit, resolve. Make a
decide.
decision, make a commitment, and then resolve. If it's done inside of me, it's done out there. Now I need to take massive action. Decide, commit, resolve.
Absolutely. But thank you so much for coming on, Calvin. It's been an absolute pleasure having you here. You know, I think I should do this again. I need this positive
Yeah,
motivation.
I look forward to doing it again in the future. You just let me know when, man. I look forward to becoming a great friend of yours. We'll stay in contact, and you let
Absolutely.
me know when my next time is.
When you're in London, man, you got to give me a shout. I
I
need to
will for sure,
I need
bro. When I'm in the
to
UK,
do
I'll be there.
some amazing real estate properties out here. Have you invested in London so far?
No, I haven't. But my daughter, the funny thing is, I named her London with a Y, Londyn. She loves that. She wants to go to. She said, "Yeah, I want you to take me to London." So she's 8 years old now. So I promised her for her 10th birthday, I'd take her there. So anyway, she's about to be 9, but I'm gonna take her. We'll probably go there before then, but I'll be in London. Don't worry, I'll be hitting you up.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Calvin. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on here.
All right, guys. God bless you all, and thank you for listening. I'll talk to you soon.
Take care.
See ya.
Bye-bye. Wow, that was amazing. That was Calvin Becerra, all the way from California, business coach, entrepreneur. Some of the advice that he spoke about, the energy. I mean, this live session, I knew it was going to be a cracker from the time that he said yes, it was just going to be a cracker. Yeah. But yes, thank you to all those that tuned in today to listen to this live session. Follow, like, and subscribe to our channel, BTH Properties, and get in touch with any property. And if you need any more positivity, hit me up and I'll do this again with Calvin, because man, I am so motivated right now. So thank you so much to Calvin again for jumping on this live session, and all the viewers that jumped on here. Thank you so much. Have a great evening. Whatever you're doing, have a great week ahead. Take care. Bye-bye.